All right, ladies and gentlemen, I hope everyone's doing great. Thank you so much for having me, and I welcome every single one of you from all across the world. Do let us know on the chat box where you are coming in from today. We want to, of course, expand worldwide. We've got already more than 150 countries on Tradeversity. Today, I'm going to be sharing a training session so everyone understands fully. I mean, I know it's not something you can learn overnight what a cryptocurrency is, how it's going to work, and how everything goes forward. But we are going to have regular training sessions so people could understand. And of course, with all the other products we have under Tradeversity, coming from this coming week, all the other products are also going to be integrated onto one presentation as well. So we'll have the Vior presentation as well as we'll have all the other Tradeversity product presentation as well coming up. I'm just getting that finalized and then everyone's going to see that. So welcome to the training session today, everyone. I hope everyone's doing good. Let's get started with Vior because this is something which is absolutely mind blowing. This is something which has completely been, created something completely different to what's out there in the crypto space already. We're seeing such a great energy towards it, but at the same time, we would love for it to expand much further all across the world. So let's keep going, guys. Let's learn about this, and over the next coming weeks, once we are ready to launch, we are expecting some huge explosions with this product. We are in pre-launch at the moment with Vior, and this is where the opportunity is. A lot of people may not know that in any project that's about to go big, getting involved early before the rest of the world can see is where the opportunity lies. And that's why it's so important for people to understand the project. Even if you don't get involved, understanding it because there will be opportunities throughout its journey. But of course, maybe not as big as if it was for you to get involved today. So, let's dive straight in. Now, a few things people need to know. As I mentioned, timing is everything, positioning is crucial, and execution is key. These are complete with anything you do in life. You see, it doesn't matter if you're planning any type of business. If you get in at the right time, you will make money. It doesn't matter if it's a already existing platform or not. Market conditions change, and if you're in at the right time, there is huge amounts of money to be made. And of course, not just money, but the lifestyle and everything that you wish to come out of your business will come with it. Positioning, again, crucial. Again, you are at the right time, right place. You see, getting involved before everyone else puts you in a position where you're earning much more VO than anyone in the future. So, what you're getting with the platform today, people in 1 week time or even tomorrow time or even next month or next year will never be able to have the opportunity that you have today. So it's important that you take your position very seriously because someone is going to be buying these packages next year and they're going to wish that they had the opportunity to look at it today the way everyone else is. So it's very important for everyone to understand this, and execution is key. You see, most people, they dream about doing businesses, they dream about doing this activity and working on themselves. They always think about, oh, I'm going to start doing this project one day, I'm going to start doing that, I'm going to start learning this. There's so many things that everyone does, but I be honest with you, most people delay the plan, most people don't execute the plan. It's like New Year's resolution. How many people keep saying, yeah, I'm going to do this year, I'm going to do that this year? And the whole year goes by and it becomes the following year's resolution. And then the same thing happens all over again, all because they did not execute. Execution is key. Without action, nothing will happen. There's no reaction that will come out of it. So, guys, execution is key. And in business as well, there is a huge part where you take calculated risk, but the main thing is you give it a try. So it's like there's been so many opportunities in my hand that I can mention people have given me throughout my lifestyle, throughout my whole lifetime, and like I rejected so many of them, which I'm kicking myself today. There was a point where someone was ready to invest $1 billion into me for something I did back in 2016. And I'm kicking myself because I did not take that opportunity. I thought it was a scam. I thought it was nonsense, only to find out who that person was later, and that person no longer wants to talk to me because I rejected his offer. And it just made me think something so big. I didn't believe in it, and I just thought, you know what, I'm just gonna say no. My ego played in. I just said, nah, I'm not interested. I thought the person was playing me. Later, I found out that I rejected a multi-billionaire on something that he really wanted, which I was able to do, but I rejected the offer. And till today, I kind of kick myself, but it's experiences, you know? So when it comes to Vior, I can tell you there will be a lot of people in the future who may look at this opportunity today and be skeptical towards it, and it's totally understandable. But in a few weeks, few months' time, they will be regretting that they didn't take action when the time was right. So it's important we always, if we see an opportunity, it doesn't have to be big, it doesn't have to be small. You give it a try, and that's when things start playing and start taking action and things start moving forward, and you see the greatness that comes from it while you nurture it. So very important, guys. Now, Vior is a completely different type of cryptocurrency. I've seen plenty, even myself, I made a huge amount of my wealth through cryptocurrencies. I was an early investor of Bitcoin. I was someone who purchased Bitcoin when it was less than $300. And, I was, even at that time, there was times where I doubled the money. I just $600 I sold a lot of my Bitcoins for. And I was like, right, you know what? I doubled my money, and then I was thinking, wow. But even today, after the Bitcoin crash that's just happened these last few weeks, last couple of weeks, even if I was to think about it, did I ever think it was going to reach these kind of numbers? Did I ever think that? I probably sold more than 50 of my Bitcoins, not believing fully of how far it can go. If you guys are on my Facebook, I know my friend list is full, but if you're on my Facebook, you can go back to 2015, 2016, where I was promoting Bitcoin, telling people to buy it at like $1,000, $600, $700. And, you know, a lot of the time I didn't even realize how big it was going to become. Now, with those cryptocurrencies out there on the market, if you look at what Vior is, it's a complete game changer in the industry. All these cryptocurrencies that are coming, going, it's something which people need to understand that they are mostly just coins that you invest in, wait for it to just pop up one day and then sell. And that's all it is to it. Many of them don't even pop up, and many of them don't even complete the projects that they say they're going to do. This is why, when it comes to Vior, it's a completely different game. We've partnered with a company which is already making the revenue for the industries that we're partnered with. Not only that, but also the businesses that we have under Tradeversity that many of you have been part of for a very long time. Whether we talk about how we're now expanding our perfume company, how we're expanding on the herbal products, we're bringing more herbal products in, by the way, as well, health and wellness products, education, which is never going to die. These kind of things that we're continuously expanding on, these are what are giving revenue towards people who are buying into Vior today. So it's backed by real businesses, real revenue, and real rewards. So when people are getting paid, they're getting paid from real businesses that making money. We in Tradeversity, we were in love with trading as well. Trading is a very risky business. As much as it's a very rewarding business, it's a very risky business as well. People love it when it's up, but when it's down, nobody can handle it. And that's the reality of it. And we face that heavily. I'm sure you guys probably already know. Um, so when it comes to trading as well, like as great as it is, we need to be able to handle both sides of business, the good times and the bad times. We need to understand how we come up from things, how we grow things, how we make things matter. And this is what Vior is now all about, where we're going into a low risk, sustainable businesses backed into this cryptocurrency. So the highs and lows of this business are going to be enjoyable rides. So, Vior means ownership. It's where you own businesses that are giving you and generating money for you on a regular basis. This is what business is about. So, the usability of VO. Very important to understand. We've got a lot of things planned for it. The rewards for early buyers, coin holders, loyalty discounts. We've got priority access for holders, premium luxury vehicle offers, free hires for top holders, people that have the most amount of VO. They're going to always receive benefits from VO and all the products that are there. Voting rights on expansion and partnerships, being able to say and dictate what this business should do, is something very important. You might have an idea and you want to push it forward. If you're a top holder of VO, you'll be able to make those decisions as well. You'll be able to be in charge of partnerships, multi-venture accessibility, because as you know, there's multiple businesses backing VO. You'll be able to, have access to all of them. Exclusive events and VIP access, of course, the largest VO holders, you already know you're going to be taken care of when it comes to all the events and VO, VIP events and so on that's going to be taken forward. And marketplace business swapping. You might have VO backed by a car rental business today. Tomorrow, you might be like, you know what? I want to swap it over and go into the business in the perfume industry. And you'll be able to do that. So these are the kind of opportunities we have with VO today and the usabilities that come by holding VO. Now, understanding the tokenomics, this is very, very important, guys, because a lot of people still don't know. They're just thinking it's a cryptocurrency and, whatever gets sold is sold. That's it. No, there's a lot behind it, which we need to understand. Why is it so important to understand is because then you will know what kind of distribution is happening and where that distribution is helping the business grow and helping the value of VO grow as well. First of all, there's 10 billion VO tokens available. Now, this is the maximum supply, the total supply, and it will never go above that. It may go below that if we do start a burning process, which we are thinking about in the future anyway. But as of right now, 10 billion is the maximum total supply. 15% is going to be sold on private sale. 25% is on pre-sale. Now, people are able to get the pre-sale right now on Tradeversity website. It's only available to Tradeversity members for the beginning phase, and we are about to move into the public phase as well. The community and airdrops, 20% is going to go on that. Partnerships and advisors, 15%. Liquidity and listings, this is very, very important, guys. 15% of the money is going to go there because that is very important to have a good exchange where people can be trading our VO coin. And of course, the reserve fund as well. This is something where could be used for other projects, could be used towards the company, towards marketing, and so on as well. Now, what are the things that are going to push the value of this coin up? This is very important, the value drivers. So it's backed by real revenue streams. So real businesses backed by it. Now, once the coin is tradable, it's going to be easy for us to then have people buying the coin and using it towards our products and services as well. So that's a great sign. And it's not that it's a future-based thing. You guys already know our businesses are already in action. Then we have the Solana chain ecosystem with mass adoption. Now, Solana is a great blockchain, as you guys already know. This is somewhere where we can see a lot of successful tokens from. And I know it's mainly in the meme space as well, but we are coming as one of the first ever real world business backed platforms on the Solana blockchain, making us one of the first. So this is very key for us. Early entry advantages, which basically means you guys are looking at it today before everyone else. Very, very important. You guys able to take advantage of it and being early, as well as, when it comes to the public getting involved, they're going to see their stage as early. And what we're going to have is multiple stages where people are seeing the token and always wanting to buy the cryptocurrency. The demand increase for smart yield vaults. Now, this is very important because our yield system pays much higher than most other products out there. And we can do that. Most other companies and stuff, they're doing staking, they're giving people rewards in their own tokens, in their own cryptocurrency, but we're doing it in USDT. And when you say that a cryptocurrency is paying you its yield and rewards in USDT, where people are physically trading that, taking it out in the currency that they receive it of USDT, people see that as a whole new game changer. 99.9% of cryptocurrencies I've seen out there, they never pay you in USDT. If they have, for example, Vior coin, they're going to pay you in Vior coin. Whether it's tradable on the market or not, they won't care. So when it comes to us, we are giving you USDT. Now, this is for the early investors that are coming in. You get the USDT option. Once the coin becomes tradable on the markets, then it's going to become hybrid USDT with some benefits as well as with Vior as well. So early investors are able to get those in USDT, their payment rewards. Now, we are having a reduced circulating supply. Now, this is very important to understand. How are we reducing the circulating supply? Because people holding onto their coins in a smart yield vault makes sure that they do not want to take their coins out and put it on a exchange to sell it. This is what creates a dump on the market. This is what makes coins lose value because people are just taking it out continuously and selling it. Now, if people are receiving rewards in USDT every 15 days from holding onto their VO, why would they want to take out their coin and sell it? This is something to lock in and literally understand because if someone's getting paid, if I told you to do, if I told you stay in this apartment that I'm staying in right now, and for every day that you stay in this apartment, I'm gonna pay you $1,000. But if you decide to leave, you're no longer getting that $1,000 every month. Believe me, you're gonna be staying in there. You're going to make sure you're collecting as many of those free 1000s just for staying in this apartment. So, same concept here. If people are getting a vault where people are getting paid from it all the time, they're not going to want to take their coins out because if they take their coins out, they stop getting paid in USDT. This stops and reduces the supply on the market, which other people are trying to buy on the market because they want to get that smart yield too. And if they want to get that smart yield too, but they're not able to get hold of as many coins because they want to make the maximum returns, guess what? The demand becomes higher than the supply. And when that happens, the value can only go up. This is where we are really changing how trade versity, VO, the coin value, the cryptocurrency game is about to change. We're creating that demand on a daily basis by making people understand that having VO means owning businesses. And if you want to get those rewards by sitting down just because you hold VO and getting paid for it, by all means, everyone would want to do it. And that is going to push people to want to hold on to as much of your as possible. It's only a few months. It's only a few months where people are going to be able to get the coin on our platform the way they are today. Now, when the coins are vaulted, of course, I mentioned they're not getting dumped. This is the key. This makes coins don't go through that whole red line and, just go splatter on the market and that's it. It's all down to zero. And adaptive liquidity, having the businesses generate those profits is always adding more liquidity on the exchanges, on the dexes, and so on. So this allows enough people to build trust on the platform and understand that they can switch their cryptocurrency, their Vior coin at any time they want. Now, Vior is already on the Solana chain. It's already on the Phantom wallet. People will be able to get hold of that anytime they want. Um, we did do the airdrop. I know a lot of people said they don't know how to access their airdrops. I will show you that at the end as well. So let's move over to the pre-sale pricing. As you guys already know, phase one completed in the first 3 hours. First 3 hours, phase one was sold. Phase two, there was about 50% sold, but there was something which stopped working on the count. I did have to reset that. I did have to reset that, and now the percentage is dropped, and I'm not too sure why it's not working properly, but I think we're very close to phase three already. So phase three is about to begin. Now, every phase changes after 100 million Vior coins are sold. So every 100 million, so the first 100 million got sold within 3 hours of us opening. Now we're in phase two, and I think that's about to end in the next couple of days as well. And phase three is about to begin. So let's understand first of all how much money is being purchased at each phase. So phase one, $5,000 worth. Uh, that's the highest. Um, if people are buying it at the lowest price, but because a lot of people are buying it at, you know, the smaller packages, it does become more than $5,000 worth. Same thing with phase two. So the prices start from 0.0001 per Vior. And that means the minimum amount available in phase two is $10,000. Phase three, again, it goes up again by another 0.0005, 0.0005, and a minimum of $15,000 worth is available. And then we have phase four, phase five, and then after phase five, it continues until the launch price. So you guys can see every phase has an increased amount of value of coins. Now, if you bought in phase one and now phase two has begun, you've already had an increase in your value in VO coins. You've already doubled your money just from moving from phase one to phase two. If you've bought in phase two already, which we're still in, by the time it moves to phase three, your money would have already increased. So you've already had a gain of around 50% gain just because you bought at phase two. When it moves to phase three, you've already gained about 50%. So it's a huge gain to make in a very short period of time. Now, if we look at it properly from phase one to phase five, someone that purchased on phase one, every time it goes up one phase, they've gone up by another X, which means if you bought at phase one, by the time you're on phase two, you've already doubled your money. By the time you move to phase three, you've already tripled your money. By the time you move to phase four, you've already quadrupled your money. By the time you move to phase five, you've five times your money, and six, seven, eight, nine, 10, even up to 20, you've 20 times your money. This is how powerful this phasing system that we've created is. So, even if you start at phase two, by phase three, you've already gone up by 50%. By phase four, you've gone up by 100%. I hope you guys understand the maths behind this. So you're always doubling your money at these early stages very, very quickly. The further it goes, the longer it takes for you to double your money. So it's important for everyone to take advantage. Now, the reward system from the vault. The Smart Yield Vault is going to pay you every 15 days in USDT. Now, when you buy in, you automatically have the vault option available. If you want to withdraw your coins, you basically give up your vault rights, which means you give up the rights to earning every 15 days. So you can withdraw your coins onto your wallets, no problem, but you give up the rights to receiving USDT every 15 days. Now, you will earn up to 200%. So by the time you get to 200%, that's when it finishes. We do have to write up to. Why? Because someone might withdraw before that. So someone might withdraw 100%, and then that's it. They only earn the 100%. But if someone keeps their coins in there, they will continuously earn until they have doubled their money. So they're making an extra 200% on top of the value appreciation, the capital appreciation. So, very important to understand that this is beginning on the 1st of April. Don't wait for the 1st of April to buy, because if you wait until the 1st of April to buy, we might be in phase five by then, which means you're going to receive a lot less coins, which means when the value shoots up every phase, by the time we hit the market, you're not gaining as much as you would if you were to buy today. So it's very important the early birds catch the worm. It's very important that you are one of the early birds getting in and gaining the maximum rewards. So, as much as the value goes up, you're also getting 200% from the business rewards. You can pull out earlier if you want, you do have that option. And with the Vior Vault as well, again, to not allow people to dump their coins on the market, there is a 10% of your total VO coins that will be available to withdraw on a monthly basis. So again, if people are coming out of the system and wanting to withdraw 100% of their coins, they won't be able to go and dump all of that on the market. They get a 10% release every month that they can go out there and sell, which is fine. You know what? You should sell, you should take your money out if you want to. But at the same time, we don't allow people to dump a heavy amount because there are going to be people on the platform with millions and millions of coins. We don't want all of those millions to be sold overnight, crashing the value of the coin. So that's why we have this in place so that everyone can trade and enjoy the success of VO, in a very smooth way. So there is a dual growth engine in this platform. One is you earn in USDT every 15 days, you get business revenue rewards. And the second thing is the capital appreciation, what the value of the coin goes up by. As I told you before, people are expected to make 20x in value appreciation from the phase one all the way up to the launch price. And I'm going to share those numbers with you in a second. Now, this example that is on the screen right now is for phase one, but of course, you guys already know phase two has begun. So let me share this now. I want everyone to take a screenshot of this page right now because this is a very, very important slide. This is for phase two. I want everyone to understand phase two because I feel a lot of people they got excited with phase one. They don't understand that phase two is just as powerful. So the Vault nodes, let me share this with you. Phase two is what's just begun. You guys already know the launch price of Vior is going to be 0.001. So still a tenth of a cent. So we still got a long way to go, but at the same time, the value is a very good value to launch with. Now, if someone was to look at phase two today and want to get involved in phase two, these are the numbers. If someone puts in $50, just $50, they would get Vio at the price of 0.00014, which means they receive 357,142 Vio coins today. By the time the coin launches at 0.001, their $50 worth has become $357 worth. That's at launch price. This is just the capital appreciation at launch price. So imagine someone buying at phase two only put $50 in. By the time it goes to the launch price, it's $357. On top of that, if you've collected all 200% of your business revenue rewards, you making an extra 200%, which now gives you a return from just $50 of around $457 is what it comes out as. So if we do a quick calculation of this, you have made 9x reward or return, I can say. You've made 9x your money. You've nine times your money in a very short period of time, just until launch price. So from now till launch price, you have made 900% return. That's with a $50 package. How beautiful is that, guys? We were talking about $300 and people 300% before with many of our products. Now we're talking about 900% return, and we're only in phase two. If someone puts $100 in, they again will receive 0.00014 for the price of VO, which means they get 714,285 VO received. The launch price at 0.001 means they're getting $714 just as capital appreciation. Plus the 200% rewards, that takes you to $914, which again Nine times, more than nine times your money return. So now we're talking about making 900% return from Vior. $250, $500. Let's just jump to $500. $500 will give you 3.5 million. In fact, even at $250, you'll still get more than a million, nearly 2 million of the VO coins you'll receive. Try and go into the millions, guys. Don't go under a million. You want to have millions of coins in your account, because if the value, or when I should say, the value reaches $1, $2, maybe $10, maybe $100. You can only imagine what you're going to be making at that point if you're holding these kind of numbers. So let's just talk about 500,000. Sorry, $500 gives you 3.5 million VO coins. The launch price makes $500 turn into $3,500. $3,571 plus your 200%. 4,571. Again, it works out around 900% return. Now, if you just put that little bit extra in, which is $1,000, you're now getting it at 0.00012, which means with $1,000, you're receiving 8.3 million VO coins. At launch price, the value is 8,333 with your 200% added on top. That's $10,333 that you are getting. Now, we're not talking no longer about 9x or 900%. Now we're talking about 1,000% return. You're making 10x now. How powerful is this, guys? And the further you go, the more you make. So from $1,000, you're making 10x. If we now go over to, let's say, $10,000, you're going to receive the coin at 0.0001, which gives you 100 million coins today. 100 million coins today, and at the launch price, it's going to be worth $100,000. You've already made 10x. Plus the 20% on top, you have now made $120,000. Now we're no longer talking about 10x. Now you're making 12x your money. This is the power of what we are doing here with VO. So, guys, this is the beauty of it. This is what's very, very possible for us to achieve. But let me tell you something, even if we achieved half of it, it's still a very good return. It's still a very, very good return. $25,000 at 0.001. By the time you've launched and you've collected your 200%, you're making $300,000. Again, 12%. Sorry, 12 times your money. It's huge. It's absolutely huge what we're doing here. But again, these numbers that I'm showing you, this 9x, 10x, and 12x, is only available for people on phase two. I'm not even talking about phase one. Phase one is making higher than that. Phase two are going to achieve these numbers. Now, when we do move over to phase three, these numbers are going to get even lesser. It's still going to be good. Don't get me wrong, it's still going to be good, but it's not going to be as good as phase two. So by the time we move over to phase three, the numbers are going to get less, and I'm going to have to keep changing these slides every time we change a phase. So guys, we're on phase two at the moment. Take advantage of it because this is extremely powerful. This is what people could be achieving very in a very quick time. So take advantage of it. 9x to 12x is the current phase two returns people can be making over the next, I don't know, few months, a year. It's a very, very powerful system we've created right here. So, ladies and gents, has everyone understood this? If everyone's understood this, please put a yes on the chat box, just so I know that everyone's up to date and understood what this platform can really do. All right, perfect. So, moving forward now, these are just percentages of what people can gain from each phase. So, these are the lower end of what can be achieved. So, let's say, for example, right now, we are in phase two. Phase two, you guys can see is highlighted. Phase two is giving the low end of 900% return. Yeah. 900% return is what phase two. Phase three, you can see the drastic drop. So instead of 900% return, by the time you're on phase three, it's going to drop to 566% return. This is why it's so important to get involved in phase one. Phase one is now gone. Everyone that purchased in phase one, congratulations to you. Phase two. Phase one was giving 1,900%. And that's not even including the 200% from the business revenue rewards. That's just from capital appreciation. So, phase one, the maximum was 2,100%. Phase two is 900 to 1,200%. Phase three is going to drop to 566%. Phase four, the return will be around 400%. Phase five is going to be about 300%. Phase six is going to be 233. Phase seven, 186. Phase nine will be around 150%. And then phase 10 will be around 100%. You don't want to be passing each phase just looking and thinking what will happen. By the time you've been thinking about it, it's going to reach phase 10, phase 20, who knows? So you want to take advantage early so that you can get the highest rewards. This is very important, guys. Again, do take a screenshot of this so you can share it with the network and the team so they can also understand what each phase really means and what it can do for someone. Now, how do people buy? I'm sure everyone knows now. You go to the Vior page and then you go to ready to buy. You put the amount you want to buy in, press buy tokens now. We've added a few more crypto options that people can pay with, like BTC and so on for everyone. So it's made it a lot easier for people to purchase. So phase one, step one, click on the Vior page. Step two is put the amount in on the ready to buy and press buy tokens now. For people that are saying they didn't receive their airdrop, this is what you gotta do. Go onto your Phantom wallet, then click on tokens. So you see in the middle, let me just draw it on the screen if I figure out how. Give me 1 second. All right. So once you open up your wallet, you'll see this page with these cryptos on it. You'll see tokens, the word tokens. First thing you want to do, you want to click on tokens. Once you've clicked on tokens, then you're going to see this page showing all the tokens you have. And then on the top right corner, you will see a filter button. So click on the filter button, and then there will be a search bar where you need to put this address in. You see the address that I've got right at the bottom of the screen? Let me just put it on the chat box. All right, let me just send the mint address to everyone. So you guys can see the mint address on the chat box. Make sure you save that. So you just have to put that in the search bar after clicking the filter button. Vior will then pop up showing you how many Vior you've received in your airdrop. Just tick that box. Once you tick that box, you will see Vior on your tokens page. So maybe it'll be at the bottom or the top, depending, I don't know what your settings would be, but your Vior coins will then show up as you guys can see. Let me make another box right here. So you guys will be able to see your Vior tokens in your wallet. So that's that. So I hope everyone received the wallet address. Just copy and paste that in. You see, we once we've got more transactions in place with Vior, then automatically Vior will start showing up on everyone's wallets. But as we're at the early stages, Solana usually check over to see cryptocurrencies, how they're doing, if they're genuine or not. It takes a little bit of time before they fully see that it's a genuine cryptocurrency and then they put it on the main listing. So this is all you gotta do, and you will see your VO coins directly on your wallet. Perfect. So now, what do we need to prepare for, guys? Thailand. Now, Thailand is something which I'm very excited for. I know we got a very short period of time to qualify. We've only got around 25 days, 24 days, or something like that, maybe 23 days actually, to qualify. So, this event is something you don't want to miss. Myself, the rest of the team, we're all going to be there. We're all going to be enjoying together, having a great event together, understanding View together, and most importantly, launch Vior together. So this is an event everyone should be there. If you're a top leader of Tradeversity, you need to be there. This is one of the beginning phases of Vior and one of the best products that we've now launched in terms of, being in the crypto space, backing all our projects by one cryptocurrency. It's an incredible time for everyone to get together, enjoy, and see the next phase of Tradeversity. So, guys, the launch is happening in style in Thailand. It's a very easy qualification. All you need to do is earn $400 in direct sales bonuses. I know most of you guys on this call have earned way more than that. Um, but again, this is only for the first 20 members. The first 20 members to achieve this target will be going away to Thailand together and enjoying this event. If someone doesn't like networking and doesn't want to make this direct sales bonus, they can just invest $10,000 dollars and above, which is a hyper sports package. If they just buy a hyper sports package, they will automatically qualify for the Thailand trip as well. So even as an investor, alone, they can also win this trip to Thailand and, be there with the rest of the team and enjoy this amazing event together. So qualification does end on the 1st of March. Why does it end so soon? Why do we only have like 23 days remaining? It's because we are planning to go to Thailand in April this year. So if we complete by March, everyone can prepare to be in Thailand by April. We do want to launch as soon as possible. So it's important for us to qualify as soon as possible too. So, guys, there is a $300 travel support given for attending. So make sure you understand that you are going to be there. I know from many of the countries, going to Thailand is very cheap. It's a very cheap flight. But at the same time, guys, let's all do our best to be there and support the cause, because this cryptocurrency could be something that completely changes your life forever. And we can't wait to make that happen. So that's all for me today. Um, Sorry, just ignore that page. I will see you all in Thailand. So thank you very much for having me, guys. I do want to take any questions. If anyone does have any questions, um, do ask away. The chat's disabled. Oh, people are messaging me privately. One second. Okay, I think that should fix it. All right, ladies and gents. So now, guys, Priscilla, you've said you've understood 80% of it. Do ask your questions. I want everyone to understand it 100% because, knowledge is power, guys. And the more you know, the more you can do with what we have available. So do ask your questions. Um, I will run questions for the next 4 minutes. So do put your questions in the chat box, or raise your hand, and let's see how much we can cover in this next 4 minutes. If you have any questions, please put it on the chat box. It's open now, so everyone should be able to message. Thank you. I'll just stop the recording.